Hello, this is Pastor Lauren Richmond. Lead Me to the Rock is our broadcast today for East Denver Bible Baptist Church. Our theme this week is contentment. And again, I've had a special guest with me this week, and that's Marley over here on the couch. He's going to help me do the broadcast. So we are just enjoying the company here. He's content, and I'll be content with him just being quiet over there. But, I'm thinking of several things that have happened in our lives and how God has blessed and used us. And in Hebrews 13:5 and 6 says, "Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. So that we may boldly say, The Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me." I was sharing about a young man. His name was David Steinberg. I would think he's probably still alive. He attended Queens Bible Baptist Christian School and Messiah College, and actually had a part in The Willow. I'm not sure if he's done more acting besides that, but he's a dwarf, a wonderful young guy, and I got to know him when I was teaching and coaching at Queens Bible Baptist Christian School in College Point, Queens, early in our ministry. And David, one time we took a trip up to upstate New York for a basketball tournament, and I had an F-150 Ford Econoline van where the engine came inside the vehicle and the cover was on it. And David was sitting there in a chair. I remember after we played basketball, we had slept in a house up there, and David's sleeping bag was a pillowcase. And just amazing he could be satisfied with that, and just a fine young man. He didn't, obviously he wasn't some super football or basketball star, but he was the manager on the basketball team. He did play on our flag football team, and I remember one time he was able to score a touchdown. But he was just a young man that enjoyed what he did. I remember one time watching him bowling, and the bowling ball wasn't a whole lot smaller than he was. But he was able to have a good time with it anyhow. So just a wonderful young man. That's talking about contentment and just being willing to serve the Lord regardless of what your situation was. I was thinking of another man, and actually a family very close to us, Paul Bold and Susie Bolt. Paul has since gone on to heaven, and Susie is remarried and trust that she's having a wonderful life. But we got to know them down in Allentown, Pennsylvania at Lehigh Valley Baptist Temple, and they became very close personal friends. And they were just always loving the Lord and serving Him with their family and just being a blessing to us as well. Then I remember when he had to go to Iowa City to have pancreas and kidney surgery, and seemed like, he just took what came his way, and they loved the Lord and served Him anyhow. But I remember a while back, a while later, we had not seen them in a long time, and they were able to come back to the East Coast for a reunion, and it was going to be up in New Hampshire. And so because we hadn't seen them in a long time, they invited us to come up for the reunion, and it was at Gordon Bolt's house, a brother of Paul's. And it was on a white sand beach, just a beautiful beach and just an amazing piece of property. And we got talking and found out how he had acquired it. Turns out there was a banker that had the house, and he had a wife who wasn't content, and so whatever time he would take and fix up the house, she would redo it. She wouldn't think it was good enough, and she'd have to spend more money, and he just couldn't keep up with her expensive taste. So eventually he ended up embezzling from the bank, and obviously got caught and went away to jail or prison and lost his house. And Gordon was able to buy that house on foreclosure, and what a house it was. But you know what? We need to not to be covetous, just to appreciate what we have, and God chooses to bless us as well. So I trust that God will bless you tonight, and you'd have a wonderful night, and be just thankful that God is good.